What if I told you the most productive, game-changing hours of your day are the ones you're sleeping through right now? 3 a.m., the world's quiet, notifications are off. And according to motivational titan Eric Thomas, this is when champions are built, not born, built. While most people are hitting snooze, a different breed is already up and moving, building an unbreakable mindset and an unstoppable drive. Think your current routine is as good as it gets? Get ready to question everything.
Eric Thomas, E.T. the hip-hop preacher, isn't just some motivational speaker. He's a force of nature. From being homeless to earning a PhD, from struggling to inspiring millions, his journey screams of what relentless discipline can do. In the heart of that discipline, a morning ritual so intense many would call it extreme. Some might even say it's shocking. But for E.T., it's the absolute cornerstone of his peak performance.
Today, we're not just looking at what Eric Thomas does before the sun even thinks about showing up. We're getting into why these early hours are his undisputed secret weapon for mental toughness and getting things done. This isn't about just waking up a little earlier. This is a full-on strategic attack on mediocrity, a declaration of war on being average.
So why 3 a.m.? Is it just a random time? Is it all for show? No way! For Eric Thomas, waking up at this hour is a serious statement. It's about separating himself, doing what most people aren't willing to do. It's about conquering the day before it even officially starts. What E.T. and even research tell us is that it's not just about tacking on more hours to your day. It's about the quality and undisturbed nature of those hours. Think about it. At 3 a.m., the world is silent. Distractions? Minimal. Your mind, fresh from whatever rest you got, is uniquely sharp and open. This is when Eric Thomas focuses on strengthening his mindset, planning his mission, and connecting with his deepest purpose. He's not just waking up, he's rising to meet his potential on his own terms before the world's chaos can get in the way. He believes the people who wake up early are really the trendsetters. They are up giving the commands on what the whole world needs to do. The dreamer, the innovator, the creator, and the engineer are up at 3 or 4 in the morning, making it happen. This early slot isn't about a fleeting burst of motivation. It's an investment in solid self-discipline. It's a conscious choice to operate on a level most people only dream about. It's about winning the morning so you can win the day. This early start isn't just a habit for E.T., it's a key part of his whole philosophy, that success is built on a strict schedule and rock-solid consistency. He famously says, "I'm getting up at 3 and stick with it. The DNA of your success is in your routine." He makes it clear that without this structure, he'd be the one messing up his own progress. This isn't about loving the act of waking up that early. It's about loving the results it brings, the edge it gives them. It's about proving to yourself day after day that your commitment is stronger than your desire for comfort. The alarm blares. It's 3 a.m. For many, that's the dead of night. For Eric Thomas, it's go time. The first part of this ritual isn't about frantically jumping into work. It's about deliberately waking up and firing up his mindset. This isn't just about dragging yourself out of bed. It's about mentally stepping onto the battlefield of your own ambitions. What's so shocking here is how fast and intentional it is. There's no snooze button when you're aiming for champion status. E.T. often talks about the discipline of this very moment. Even if he wakes up a few minutes before his alarm, say at 2:45 a.m., the internal discussion is quick. Those extra 15 minutes of sleep aren't worth breaking the discipline or losing that head start. He knows that going back to sleep, even for a bit, doesn't guarantee he'll wake up at the set time and could throw off the whole plan. This shows he truly gets that every minute is a choice, an opportunity. The payoff? Mental toughness. By beating that initial urge for comfort, for more sleep, he's already won the first battle of the day. He's building his self-discipline, proving to himself that he's in charge. This time is often used for things that set his mindset and energy for the day, maybe prayer, meditation, or practicing gratitude. You know, there's even ancient wisdom like Brahma Muhurta, the time between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., which suggests these hours are especially good for spiritual and mental growth, offering better concentration and a peaceful vibe, perfect for practices like meditation. E.T. often stresses starting the day with gratitude, realizing that just waking up is a privilege, a fresh chance. This isn't just about feeling good, it's about gearing up the mind for positivity, resilience, and purpose. He believes that how you start your morning really dictates how you'll react to things all day long. Once his mind is awake and focused, the next key part of E.T.'s pre-dawn ritual is planning with purpose. This isn't about some fuzzy to-do list. This is about strategically lining things up with his main mission. Eric Thomas is dead serious that routines must be driven by purpose. Every action, every habit has to point you towards your biggest goals. The shocking thing here is the ruthless way he prioritizes. E.T. isn't wasting these golden hours on busy work. He's zeroed in on high-impact stuff directly linked to his purpose, like developing leaders and mentoring. He's been quoted saying he puts a lot of his energy into leadership, not necessarily crazy long workouts, because his money and his impact come from his core missions, changing lives, professionally and personally. This laser focus means he's actively cutting out distractions and setting hard boundaries. He puts it plainly, be careful that your routine is pointing to where you're trying to get to and you're not wasting time. The benefit of this intense focus, unstoppable productivity, and crystal clarity. By dedicating these uninterrupted hours to what really counts, ET makes sure he's making real progress on his most important goals before most people have even had their first coffee. This strategic way of doing things means he's not just reacting to whatever the day throws at him, he's actively shaping it. He hammers home how important it is to have a strategy, a real plan, instead of just waking up and winging it. This careful planning turns potential into actual results, making sure his energy is used effectively and avoiding that common trap of being busy but not actually productive. He's not just working in his life, he's working on his life and his mission. Now, ET makes it clear his routine is built around his mission, not necessarily an athlete's physical training. But the physical side, even if it's not his top priority compared to leadership and personal growth, still plays a part in keeping up the energy he needs for his demanding schedule. The shocking bit isn't about becoming a pro athlete, but about the consistency of some kind of physical readiness. This might mean a disciplined workout. And he has mentioned being inspired by people like Bruce Lee and doing things like lunges. While the exact details can change, the main idea is building energy and discipline through physical activity. Those pre-dawn hours, being so quiet and free of distractions, can be a fantastic time for focus exercise like pranayama or asanas that wakes up both the body and mind. Even a quick, intense workout can get the body ready to blood flow and release endorphins, setting a positive physical tone for the rest of the day. The benefit here is lasting energy and resilience. Peak performance isn't just a mental game, it's physical too. Managing your energy is just as vital as managing your time. By including some form of physical discipline, ET makes sure he has the stamina for his high energy talks, constant travel, and long work days. It's about building a body that can handle the demands of an extraordinary life. This all adds to that overall sense of control and discipline that's at the heart of his whole approach. Remember, he aims to not be controlled by anything but himself, and that includes feeling sluggish. He pushes himself to be a morning person, afternoon person, night person, when you sick person, when you tired person, showing a mindset that goes beyond just how he feels physically at any given moment. So what makes this 3 a.m. ritual Eric Thomas's secret weapon? It's not just one thing, it's how all these pieces work together. It's waking up before dawn that buys him quiet, focused time. It's firing up his mindset immediately that builds mental toughness through gratitude and purpose. It's the no-nonsense, purpose-driven planning that makes sure every action lines up with his biggest vision. And it's the physical discipline underneath it all that fuels his non-stop energy. This routine is like a daily sharpening of his most important tools, his mind, his focus, and his spirit. It's where he builds that average skill, phenomenal will he preaches about so often. The consistency of this ritual really adds up over time. Waking up at 3 a.m. day after day builds this incredible momentum of self-trust and discipline. Like ET says, if you're grinding 6-7 days a week for a span of 5 or 6 years, something's got to come out of that. This isn't some quick fix. It's about relentlessly applying disciplined habits. The shocking truth is that this level of commitment totally changes what's possible. It lets ET operate with a clarity and intensity that very few can touch. He's not just finding time, he's making time for greatness. He's intentionally creating the conditions for peak performance mentally and productively every single day. This routine is his way of declaring that he will not be outworked, that he'll grab every advantage, and that he is completely in command of his own destiny. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, 3 a.m.? That's nuts. I could never do that. And hey, maybe you can, or maybe you don't need to copy this exact schedule. But the principles behind Eric Thomas's ritual, those are for everyone. What's your 3 a.m.? What non-negotiable time will you set aside for your growth, for your focus, for your dreams? It's not just about the hour on the clock, it's about the intention you bring to it. So here's my challenge to you. For the next 7 days, pick one thing from ET's philosophy to try out. Maybe it's waking up 30 minutes earlier to plan your day without anyone bothering you. Maybe it's getting crystal clear on your why. Maybe it's dedicating the first hour of your day, completely free of distractions, to your most important task. Don't just be inspired by Eric Thomas. Let him activate you. Take one step. Start small, but start with serious intent. Remember what he says. Success is not about fleeting motivation, but about the discipline to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. What will your commitment be? Drop a comment below and tell us the one change you're going to make this week. Let's keep each other on track. And if this breakdown gave you something valuable, hit that like button, subscribe for more insights into peak performance, and share this with someone who needs to hear it.
Eric Thomas's 3 a.m. morning ritual is way more than just an early alarm. It's a full-blown masterclass in discipline, focus, and total dedication to your purpose. It proves the idea that while the world is asleep, champions really are built, decision by decision, habit by habit, in those quiet, deliberate pre-dawn hours. The shocking part isn't just the time on the clock, it's the relentless dedication to a purpose-driven life that it stands for.
It's about understanding that true peak performance isn't some gift you're handed. It's earned in the dark through sacrifice and with an unbreakable routine. So the question isn't whether you can wake up at 3 a.m. The real question is, what are you willing to do to become unstoppable?